So today we are going to solve eigenvalue eigenvector problem. So today's date is okay. So we are going to solve eigenvalue eigenvector evaluation. Okay. So we are going to write down the steps first. So first step is k minus lambda m into u, where u is displacement, is equal to 0. So this is what is the formulation for eigenvalue eigenvector. So this is what we have to remember. So we have to form global stiffness matrix, then minus lambda, and global mass matrix into displacement is equal to 0. The second step, everybody is supposed to write this. Okay. For eigenvalue eigenvector problem, as we have studied in mathematics, determinant of k minus lambda m is equal to 0. Okay. So from this, basically, you will get the next step, that is you will get a polynomial in terms of lambda. Okay. So from this, what you can do, so a polynomial there, so it has a root, basically it has a root. Okay. So you will find lambda. Okay. Once that is done, the next step is lambda equal to omega square. From this you have to find omega, which is the circular frequency. Then next step is you're going to find f, as we are aware of f equal to, not f equal to, sorry, you have to find f, and we are aware of omega equal to twice pi f. So from this you will get the frequency. Okay, and then last is the finding the displacement. Basically this provides us the move shape. Okay, so what we are trying to do is the mode shape. Okay, so how do I do it? Mode shape, basically, now k minus lambda m into u1, okay, so is equal to 0. Now what is this u1 basically? Okay, so you have, let us say, u2 and u3. So what you get is u3 in terms of u2, because this is 0, so you can use first equation, because this matrix will be 2 by 2. Okay, and let us say u1 is what? Your u2 and u3, and of course both are is equal to 0. So from first equation you can find u3 in terms of u2. Okay, so this relationship you will get it. So we will see in detail how we are going to go through it. Then we have to go with orthogonalization. So orthogonalization. Okay, so basically your U matrix is orthogonal to the your mass matrix. That is what you are trying to get it. So basically from this what you are going to get U1 as U2 comma A U3. So from this is what you are going to get it. Okay. Now I go for the orthogonalization U1 transpose M into U1. So this is the process that U is orthogonal to the mass matrix and this multiplication should evaluate to 1. Okay. And from this basically you get U1 as, because now you will get a value of AU2 not U3. Okay, U3 will be A times U2. A is any value which is basically a function of U3. So by solving this actually you get B1 and B2. Okay, so this is transpose value. So this is what you are going to get it, and B1 and B1 are any value. So this B1 and B2 are any value. So here evaluation you will done. Now once that is done, I am ready to go to plot the shape function. So let us say my element starts at 1. So this is another point 2. Okay, and this is another point, let us say 3. So this is what my B1 is this. Okay, so this height is my B1, and let us say my B2 comes to be this. So this height is basically a B2, and this is how my first mode shape will be created. Okay, once it is created, you have to repeat this procedure for the second relationship and you could create a second mode shape. Okay. So I hope you can take the screenshot, or I'll just give you a 2 minutes. Okay. Just take the screenshot or write it down best way. Okay, so you can take these values. Okay, so let's try to solve a problem. So this is fixed. Okay, so somebody requires for 1 minute. So I just scroll up. So if you are done, just let me know. Okay. Okay, thanks. So this is the 1D problem that what we are supposed to do it. So let's consider length to be 1 meter of each element. Okay, so this is also 1 meter. or rather than I write 1000 mm, better way. So I just write it down, this is a 1000 mm, okay. And let's say area of this is 100 mm square, and area of this is, let us say, 50 mm square. So both the area I am aware of. So if some complications are there, you should be able to find out the area. Okay. Most importantly, density is given as 7800 kg per meter cube. Okay. Modulus of elasticity will take 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square. So this is my modulus of elasticity. Okay. So now let's try to find out the stiffness. Okay. So you can do the formulation and let me know the global stiffness matrix for this. Okay. So stiffness you can always calculate A E by LE. Of course, this is node 1, node 2, node 3, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. This is already we have gone through. Okay. So this is my K1. Similarly, I can get K2. Okay. And then I can go for the assembly, which gives me a global stiffness matrix. So I am more interested in having this global stiffness matrix. Okay. So just let me know this values, please. You can post. So E and LE is common, so I can always write 2 into 10 to the power 3, and I get 100 minus 100 minus 100 and 100 plus 50, 150 minus 50 minus 50 and 50, because area will get inside. So this is AA I'm going to add. So this might be the probable result for you. So do let me know whether this is correct or not. So has anybody got the answer? Yeah, just let me know. Anybody? Okay, it seems that there is some kind of delay either from your side or from my side. Okay. Okay, 2 into common factor is incorrect. That is but obvious. Okay, so because I am dividing by 1000, so it has to be 10 raised to power 2. Okay, so let's assume this is correct. Okay. Okay, fine. So now next step is to create a mass matrix. Okay, now one of the important thing is that the first row and the first column will get eliminated. So this is my K actually, which is I am going to require. Okay. Why? Because it is fixed at this one, so it is automatically gets eliminated, and this is what is my global K. So I can write my global K as okay. So common factor is 2 into 10 to the power 2, and then I'll be having 150 minus 50 minus 50 and 50. Okay, now I need to go for the mass matrix. So elemental mass matrix for element 1. So already this derivation we have done. So that is rho AE by LE by 6. So I'm using a consistent mass matrix. Okay. So there is something also called as lump mass matrix that we will see later on. And this will be 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. So for element 1, you can calculate 7800 kg per meter cube. So that is 10 raised to power minus 9, of course, kg per mm cube. And area is 100, length is 1000, and divided by 6. So I'm going to get 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Then for elemental mass matrix, rho E LE by 6 for second element, that will be 7800 into 10 raised to power minus 9 into 50. Instead of 100, it will be 50 into 1000 divided by 6, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Now, of course, this is 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 2, 3, 2, 3. So I'm supposed to get a global mass matrix. Okay. So I put the common factor to be 7800 into 10 to the power minus 9 into 1000 divided by 6. Only area is different. Okay. So 100. So 200. This will be 100. This will be 100. 200 plus 100. This will be 300. And then this will be 100. This will be 100. And of course, no, this is 50, not 100. So this is 50, this is 50, and this will be 100. So just verify this and let me know, is there any mistake? You can calculate this value. Okay, whatever this value is there, you can keep on calculating. Presently, I'll be calling this as a C1 value. Okay. Okay, so anybody could confirm again? Okay, thanks. So now again the first row and first column will be get eliminated. Okay, so this is what my global mass matrix. Okay, so I can write my global mass matrix right here, or else I'll find the less place. C1, I called it as C1 value. Okay, and that will be 300, 50, 50 and 100. Okay, so next step is we have to form. Okay, k minus lambda m equal to 0, and I have to take the determinant. Okay, so let's write k minus lambda n. Okay, so I want its determinant to be 0. So my k would be, where is k? 2 into 10 to the power 2, and I have a 150 minus 50. So 150 minus 50 minus 50 and then 50 minus lambda into my global mass matrix. So common term is C1. So you can calculate this value, whatever the value of C1 is there. 300, 50, 50, 100, and the whole determinant we are supposed to equal to 0. Okay. So when I go for the subtraction, so basically 2 into 10 to the power square into 150 minus lambda C1 300. So this is my first stuff. Then 2 into 10 square into minus 50, okay, minus lambda into C1 into 50, then 2 into 10 square, and then it will be minus 50 minus lambda C1 into 50, then 2 into 10 square, 10 to the power 2, and then into 50 minus lambda into C1 into 100. Okay, so this is what is there, and its determinant is equal to 0. Okay, so basically you have to find the polynomial. Okay, so try to find out that polynomial, please. Okay, so basically what you are going to get is lambda square and its coefficient I call as a, plus b lambda plus c is equal to 0. This is what I am supposed to get. So you have to let me know value of a, you have to let me know value of b, and you have to let me know the value of c. So this is what is the task. Has anybody got the value of A? Again, what you could do, minus common factor you cannot take. So basically you have to multiply this and then you have to multiply this and subtract. This is what you are supposed to do. Okay, so do let me know these are correct values. 4, 6, 4, 7, 5. B is minus 0.91 into 10 to the power 4, and C is 2 into 10 to the power 8. Okay, so assuming now, let's say these values are correct. Okay, so we will move ahead. Now, so since these are aware of, I want lambda's value. Okay, so lambda equal to, basically it's a quadratic equation, it will have a 2 value, minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by twice a. So from this I will get lambda 1 and lambda 2. So I am interested in these values. So just try to find out this lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, so some values we have received. So 2, 5, 2, 1, 4, 7, and this is 2, 0, 8, 1, 8.55. So these are the two values of lambda what we have got it. Okay, assuming these values are correct, we are going to move ahead. Okay, so now next is what k minus lambda m. Okay, and your u vector is equal to 0. So k minus lambda m already I have calculated. So this is my k minus lambda m. So which I could write it as it is. So 2 into 10 to the power 2 into 150 minus lambda c1 300 and 2 into 10 to the power 2, so minus 50 minus lambda into c1 into 50, 2 into 10 to the power 2 minus 50 minus lambda c1 into 50, and this value is 2 into 10 to the power 2, 50 minus lambda c100. Okay, and of course u1 is 0, which is fixed, so therefore this I can call as maybe u2 and u3, and this will be equal to 0 ultimately. Okay, so I'll take the first equation. Okay, okay, so there is no way nobody can remove. Okay, fine. So I use the first equation. Okay, so 2 into 150, because both the equations are actually equal to 0, so I'll just use the first equation, minus lambda c1 300, and this will be multiplied to u2. Okay, then plus 2 into 10 to the power 2 minus 50 minus lambda c1 into 50 and plus u3 equal to 0. Okay, so now what I am interested, u3 equal to a times u2. Okay, so this is equal to 0, so this a I am interested. So just let me know this value of a, please. Of course, two lambdas are there, and this is for lambda equal to 252,147, assuming these values are correct. So I am using this lambda 1. So value of lambda 1, now you have to use 252,147 in this equation, and you will get u3 in terms of au. So I am interested in the value of a. So do let me know this value of a, please. So what is the value of A, please? Okay, so minus 2.5895. Okay, so assuming these values are correct, okay, so I can write my first u1 vector as u2, and I got A, so minus 2.5895. So this is my u1 vector which I got. Okay, so now next is orthogonalization, that is now u1 vector. So I need to write u1 vector like this. So u1 transpose into matrix n into u1, that is equal to 1. So this is the orthogonal property. Okay, so now my u transpose is u2 minus 2.5895 u2. Okay, so here u2 is there, it is in terms of u2, so this is u2, and mass matrix 300, 50, 50 and 100. This is my mass matrix, and then I'll be having a U matrix. So U1 matrix, U2 minus 2.5895 U2. Okay, so now once lambda is aware of, you can have omega, okay, as you want, okay, and then of course you can find the frequency also. So lambda, once you have, you can write lambda equal to omega square and omega equal to twice pi x. So using this formula you can find the natural frequency and the natural circular frequency. So both things you can find out. Okay, and now this is equal to 1. So I leave it to that part. So we'll be going to the mode shape basically. So this is into this. Okay, so I get 300 U2, then minus 2.5895 into 50 U2. Okay, so this is the first element. The second element will be 50 into U2 minus 2.5895 U2 into 100. Okay, and this will be multiplied to U2 into minus 2.5895 U2, and that will be equal to 1. Okay, so again this into this you have to do. Okay, so now you can subtract this value, you can subtract. Okay, they are subtractable, so you can easily get these values. Then again this factor, so I could write like this. So this is A and this is B. Okay, and I have, and A will be in terms of U, so I can write AU and BU in this way. Okay, so AU and BU, U2, of course it is U2, not U. So A times U2, B times U2. So this is, I represent A times U2, and this I represent B times U2. And I have U2 here, minus 2.5895 U2 is equal to 1. So now again I can go for the multiplication. So A times U2 into U2, so this will become square, okay, plus B times this, so B into, and this is again a square, definitely, minus 2.5895 U square, and this is equal to 1. So again this can be added, okay, and I can consider that this coefficient is C into U2 square equal to 1, and from that U2 equal to under root of 1 by C. Okay, so I am interested in knowing the value of this U2. Okay, so I just got the value 0.0374. So okay, so these values are there, so we need to check these values. Okay, I think these values are very small. Okay, maybe you have to verify somewhere, we might have made a mistake. Okay, but it's fine. Okay, let's assume these are these values. Okay, no problem. So my u1 vector basically is 0.0374, that is u2, and now this value will be, of course, so I am writing this value, so 2.5895 into 0.0374. Okay, so just let me know this value, please, so I could write it here. So that is basically a U3. Okay. So u3 equal to this. So this is what we are trying to find out. Okay, so I can say 0.09684. Okay, so I can consider this to be my u1. Okay, so this is basically my mode shape. So this is my node number 1, which is fixed. So u1 is 0, so here it will be 0. This is node 2 and this is node 3. So basically now this height is represented 0.0374. Okay, and this value is considered to be 0.09684. Okay, so this is what I call as the first mode. Okay, so this is first mode shape. Now we have to find out the second mode shape. So what I did here, if you see, I have taken this lambda 1 is equal to this. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to repeat all this process. So whatever this process we have done from here, you have to use different lambda. What is that different lambda? This lambda. Okay, and again get this value like this. So that will be your u2 vector, and try to plot the mode shape. Okay, where negative sign? Okay, so this is negative, you want to say. Yeah, so if this is negative, then definitely okay, so this is negative sign, so therefore it will go down, and this value is 0.09684 if this is negative, and my mode shape will be like this, or not like this, sorry. So this height is like this, I have to connect this. Okay, and this is the height, which is 0.037. So this is my first mode shape. So in this way, this mode shape will come. Okay, so if this is negative, in this way it will come. So similarly, you can find out for what's going to be for lambda 2, and this is what there. So tomorrow we'll be trying to solve the similar problem. So we will take the same example. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll have a not like this, maybe something like this, and then maybe some another shape system here, and then we will fix up this. So anyway, so this is 1 2 3 4. So what we see, 2 and 3 are free. Okay, so finally it is 2 by 2 matrix. In this problem, whatever we have solved, though we have taken only 2 elements, but still it is a 2 by 2. Okay, because 2 and 3 are free, and here also there will be 2 and 3 fixed, and 1 and 4 will be fixed. So we'll try to solve this complete problem. So try to come up with k. Okay, so assume this is to be 100, this is to be 100, this is to be 50, length 1000 and 1000. Okay, and then you can go ahead. So okay, thank you.